Ahoy, mates. Captain Cordell, back again, continuing our adventures into the Hangman. So, last episode, we helped one of the spirits get to their beloved Sunnyside. What we did was we took them through the rooms with these little markings on the ground and the correct order, and we got a little cutscene with a spirit in William's past named Old Billy, which was the spirit of an old dog. And we got a little bit more of Billy's past. So, I don't know what we're supposed to do now as far as uh, progress goes, but there was an area up on the fourth floor that we couldn't get past. Maybe we can get past that now. It was the area past one of the cells of one of the inmates, and they were right here. They had a suspicion about someone watching them, so they taped up the entire cell. So maybe what we have to do is find some way to cover them up. Move chair. What was it? Okay, yeah, there is something we gotta do here. I remember what it was now. It talked about it in the room where we heard about the other inmate. I think he sits in a chair towards the I think it's facing away from his cell. Let's see here though. The patient in 3408, which is the one with all the tape, is clamoring about being watched. I taped up the cell to serve as a makeshift blinds, but he still says he's being watched. He sits in a chair by his bed, up against the bars, looking into the hall through the tape. He keeps muttering, "Everyone's watching me. Talk about disturbing." So I think I know what we gotta do. We've gotta move that chair by the bed and face it towards the bars. And that should let us pass. So first thing we gotta do is rotate this chair. Then we gotta move the chair. Okay, that didn't work. Okay. Let's try that. It says by his bed up against the bars. Try it like this. We try it like this. Okay, maybe it's down by the bed towards the bars, not up against the bars. If not, we'll just head back down there and reread that. Oh, wait, no. Watch everyone. Everyone watching you. Everyone's watching you. Is that what we were supposed to do? Can we pass now? Of course everyone's watching me. Or I hope somebody's watching me. Tear down the notice. Seems like that bad feeling went away. Is there anything in here? Anything suspicious in here? Nope. Okay. Well, that was a pretty cool puzzle. I like that puzzle. Okay, so this must be the fourth building. Wow, I can see the whole forest. These woods really are big. This hospital must have been built here to be hidden. After all, it was full of weirdos. Of course they'd want to hide. All the patients here have their own worlds. They didn't try to leave them, so all you could do was remove them from society. And I guess I'm the same. I'm locked up in my own world. Everyone else thinks I'm nuts. What's going to happen to me, I wonder?
What are you doing out here? You found your rat yet? You said earlier about how Pop could talk. Do you actually think that?
I should have never told you that. I already knew you wouldn't believe me. It's how it's been for a long time. I see animals talking and things others don't see, but no one's ever believed me. The truth is, all animals can talk, but no one believes them, so they don't.
Who told you that?
Old Billy, an old skinny dog at my counselor's place.
Won't talk as nobody will believe it, huh? Sounds like somebody I know. So, what started it?
Huh?
Animals talking? Seeing weird stuff? Was there something that started it all off?
What started it? It was the Hanged Man.
Ooh, intriguing.
Oh yeah?
Ugh, enough! The more I say, the more you'll think I'm nuts.
Well, suppose you might fall under that category. When I was a kid, I judged a lot by what's visible. This person looks good. This person's athletic. This person's smart. The seeds of imagination get trimmed as soon as they bud, because in a small community, they just get in the way. Not many people can grow them right. If you can get a good flower to bloom, that could be a big advantage to you. Nothing to moan and groan over.
Just stop it. Don't talk like you understand. You're just saying you don't believe me either, right?
Sure, I'm not going to believe you, but I do happen to think it's very interesting. Something wrong with that?
I sort of get what you're saying, but because of my weirdness, people suspect Mom of treating me badly. I don't want to trouble her anymore.
What do you think parents are for? They act like stepping stones for their kids. If you can make her smile someday, it's fine. How about you give up your rat search for today? It's only going to get darker. Besides, David's worried about you.
No, he's not. Like he could be worried about me.
What's that supposed to mean?
I'm not his cousin. I'm David's little brother. It's just our father who's the same, but for a long time I never knew. But my mom was on the phone the other day.
Is food ready yet? I'm hungry.
Mr. Hoover, please, just leave it be. It's all on me.
Mom?
No, I didn't know. But I found out about you later. I couldn't do anything. And I feel terrible about what happened to your mother. Will has nothing to do with this, alright? Please, don't say anything to him. He loved his father. I don't want to disillusion him.
Mom?
Will! Sorry about that. It's time to eat, isn't it? I'll start getting it ready.
Never seen Mom cry before. Hoover. Person I met at Dad's funeral all those years ago. A diary. It's Dad's diary.
I found out by reading Dad's diary. After Mom got pregnant with me, he divorced David's mom. Mom never knew Dad had another family until he died. He kept it a secret the whole time. There were a lot of photos kept in the diary. Photos of David and his mom. He wrote about a lot of old memories and things, too. He also wrote, "I regret abandoning my family." Whenever I meet him, David won't even look at me. I doubt I'll ever be forgiven for abandoning my frail wife and my middle school-aged son. The diary also had a letter in it. The letter came with the hangman card and said, "You're a demon child."
So that's that letter you have?
I'm sure this letter didn't come from Dad. It must have been addressed to me and he hid it. After all, I stole Dad away from David. It's all because of me. I ruined David's family.
So you think it was David who wrote that letter? And David was the one who called and made your mom cry?
No, not necessarily. It's just I can't think of any other possibility. Mom is always cheerful and tough, but she was crying. If Mom's being threatened by somebody, I'm not able to protect her. Pop tried to stop me. He said, "What good will it do to go? What can you even do?" But I just couldn't stand it. Mom had David's address written down, so I used that too.
Uh-huh. Well, you didn't have to lie and say you were his cousin.
David was the one who said that. After I broke some merchandise at a fishing shop and he got called in.
Eh? What'd you do that for?
Dad liked to fish. He used to take me along. I was lost and wandered into a fishing shop, and I saw the same fishing rod Dad used to have. When I thought of how Mom was suffering because of Dad, before I knew it, I was stomping it to pieces. I came to apologize to David, to say I'm sorry for messing up his family. And yeah, I went and did that and caused him more trouble, so I ended up just running away. Why am I such a coward? I don't know what I should do anymore.
Well, not to stomp all over your determination, but I don't think the letter you've got was written by David. That isn't David's writing. And at least in my opinion, he doesn't have the guts to threaten others. He's stupidly good-natured. On top of that, you say David called your mom, but you didn't hear the conversation, right? Isn't it jumping the gun to say he's threatening her?
Then this letter
whatever it was that led you here, you came to talk to David, right? And David could have pretended you were a stranger, but he didn't. He decided to take you with him. He must have wanted to talk to you. In which case, you ought to meet him properly. If you think you've troubled him, apologize for it. You're only a real coward if you give up now.
There's one other person I need to apologize to.
Who's that?
The owner of the fishing shop. He was too scared and nervous, so I never apologized for breaking the merchandise.
Then you'd better do that.
Yeah.
I'll be heading out after a little more searching. You should consider the same. If you really want to keep going, there's always tomorrow. See you.
Keith! Keith, was your son important to you?
What kind of question is that?
Yeah, best guy in the world. I still think so now. I wouldn't call your old man's decision right or wrong. Either way, it hurt people, and he regretted it himself. Putting yourself through pain might seem irrational to you, but that's the way a lot of things are. If you butt at everyone, it'll be hard to live. What I can say is, don't grovel. Your old man didn't make his decision for you to do that. It was just his way of settling things. Stick out your chest and don't lose sight of your goal. You didn't come all this way to cry and say, it's my fault, did you?
He's right. Whatever got me to come here, I've made it this far, so I'd better do what I need to do. I haven't talked to David yet, and I still need to find Pop. But this is no time for crying. Whew. Sorry. I don't normally mean to be so quiet. I was just listening, and I really wanted to get the full story. Seems to be more run down the other buildings. I better be careful. Whew. That gave me a little startle too. As per usual, let's get the map. Okay, so right now we are right here, the 4th floor. Because the kitchen's right here, and this should be staff's room. Name tags on the shelves. Tyler Gomez, Norman Cross, Dan Fernandez, Dennis Potter, and Hugo Elliott. Okay. Alright, before we go on, I want to write these down. And that's Tyler Gomez, Dennis Potter, Dan Fernandez, Hugo Elliott, and Norman Cross. Norman Cross, and I want to make a side note here that says staff room, just in case we need to come back. In case we encounter another headless doll. Let's look around in the kitchen. Trash bags. And a trash suit. Or chute. Artwork of the month, room 4305, Kenny Jenkins. I love shake hands with good people. Okay, I know I keep running back into this, but the character on the left, in the hat, in the green hat and the green clothes, that must be a worker here. He has a name tag, like one of the ones that we've seen in the staff room. So that's either Tyler, Dennis, Don, Hugo, or Norman. So we might have to bring one of those name tags to room. I gotta go back. 4305. All right. Strange stain on the wall. Looks sort of like a person. Creepy. This must be the area where the 5 people were hung, where the murders took place. If it's this decrepit now, and the rest of the building still in decent shape, then this part of the building must have been neglected long before the other parts. What's this? Okay, these are the padded cell walls. These must be from these must be solitary confinement. And 4305 is all the way on the 3rd floor. So this is the 4th floor, I think. Wait, is it? Hold on, let me check. So we are on the 4th floor. Yeah, we need to go down one more floor. Actually, no, we're on that floor. 3405 is right here. He likes to shake hands with good people. It's all right. Shake his hand. Great. Now we gotta figure out what good person it is. Well, that shouldn't be too hard. Oh, great. We don't know who's who. We don't know who's good. Staff members must always wear a name tag. We could do trial and error. Kenny Jenkins. I can't get anything from that. There's nothing I can derive from that photo. Only there was like a diary around here somewhere. Okay, we're coming up on our 25-minute mark. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and end this episode off here. We made some pretty good progress. A lot of this episode was quiet, and I apologize for doing that. I just really want to listen in on the story. We got a lot more of David and Will's connection. Apparently, they're not cousins; they're brothers. While I was listening to the story, I actually thought that the hangman that Will was talking about might be the crooked man that David encountered in the first game. Whenever I was first looking at these two games, I noticed the similarities. The crooked man, you know, being the crooked man. I can't really say much on this subject unless you've seen the crooked man. So, if you haven't seen my playthrough of the crooked man yet, or if you haven't seen the Crooked Man being played through, or if you haven't played the Crooked Man, I'd highly encourage you to do that before I go on any further than what I'm actually on now. But there might be a connection between the Crooked Man and the Hanged Man that Will knows. But that's all the speculation that I'm going to do for now. We made some pretty good progress. So, again, I want to thank you guys so much for taking the time out of your day to come here and share this adventure with me. I really enjoy doing this, and I hope you guys are enjoying this game. If you would like to, hitting that little subscribe button and the little bell beside it is really good for me. It helps me out a lot, and I would be oh so grateful. The little bell icon will notify you anytime that I put up a video, so you'll be notified whenever the next part of the adventure that I'm currently on is uploaded, and also when we start our next adventure. So if you want to do that, I'd be really, really grateful. But at this point, I'm rambling, so I'm going to go ahead and do the outro and get you guys on your way. But thank you guys again so much for watching. As this point, as I said, I'm rambling. So to get you guys on your way and to stop my rambling, my name's Captain Cordell, and I'm shipping out.